Hello, remain indoors and welcome to another vlog. Yeah, it's jokes like that that's going to date this video, isn't it? Not there's much replay value in these as far as I know. Anyway, yes, it's been a while since my last video, and due to what's been going on recently, I've actually been more busy with my job than I would normally be, so the amount of time between videos does not reflect the amount of miniatures related stuff I've got done since. But anyway, let's dive in and show you what I have managed to get done. First up, here's what I'm calling my Cyclopean Blocks. Made quite a few of these, and I don't think they're all going to fit in frame at once. Yeah, that's rather crowded, isn't it? Oh, I'll hit the camera as well. That went well. Right, so these, yeah, I'll maybe talk about a few individually. Right. So these started out life as these, which are the war blocks from a game that I believe is called Cannons and Catapults, Crossbows and Catapults, Catapults and Castles, Crossbows and Communists. You know what? I will put at the bottom of the screen the correct name for this game. So yeah, did a little bit of conversion work to these. Most obviously removed the little pegs on top which helped them stack in their original form. Sculpted some milliputs into the remaining holes to sort of cover that up. I think I did quite a good job of matching the original texture there with a little bit of variant. And used bits of a model railway bridge to add these sort of metal reinforcement strips to the front there, just to make them look a little bit more interesting. Some of them I went a bit further with the conversion, and for example this one here and this one I cut into the, well, rather brittle plastic and sculpted sort of loose blocks in there, bit of green stuff to make you know, the sort of thing, missing bricks, a little bit of soil eroding in there. I don't know what to call that, but it's just a nice sort of stylistic thing to add there to a few of them. Bit of variant. It's got a Citadel skull stuck in that one. Just gives the nice sort of ancient and crumbling feeling, and this all matches up rather nicely with my dungeon. Let's show you them to scale with a miniature. Here's ever reliable Heck yeah. So yeah, as you can see, these are quite I think flexible pieces so far as terrain goes, despite being small. They've got room to stand a miniature on top, or, you know, clumsily knock a miniature off. There we go. You stand there, Heck yeah. Bit of elevation. Bit of cover as well. It's a good sort of shoulder height to him. So looking forward to using these for something, maybe representing part of some crumbling ruins, or just to add a sort of interesting kind of raised area in one of my dungeons. Like I say, these are quite flexible. I should be able to do all sorts with these. And well, they don't look so great, but you can still stack them, as was intended in the original game, to sort of build, you know, pyramids type structures. You gonna stay on there, like yeah? Yes, you are, with your head rapidly disappearing out of frame at the top there. So yeah, quite pleased with these, and looking forward to using them in whatever way I figure out. Oh yeah, at the same time, this is a Mega Blocks piece, which I cut the Lego type studs off the top of and painted up at the same time, because it's kind of match. add to the crumbling ruin feeling of these pieces. I've got a few more of these somewhere actually, which I've been meaning to paint up as well. I'll dig them out and hopefully get onto that. Right, on to something else. Here are two what I'm going to be calling Trilobeasts. Now, these started out life as toy bugs I found in my local supermarket, and I've stripped them of their mechanisms, based and painted them to make large, monstrous insect creatures for my games. So that's how big they are compared to Plekiar there. And that's not great centre framing, is it? There we go. Now, I actually made a video where I've unboxed these when I first got them, but it was pointed out to me that it was rather similar to the way Ashins does his videos. So I thought, fuck it, and I entirely leaned into that style, with apologies to Ashins, and I will upload that as a separate bonus video. Anyway, yeah, quite pleased with these. Not much to say about them really. Nice details. Very interesting creatures. These are based on real insects actually that live in Borneo. You'll find out more about that in the bonus video. Quite nice. I've got to find myself, well, or write myself some stats for these rather, to use in my games. I'm sure my players will be thrilled to face these. I imagine they'll be sort of quite slow-moving tank-type creatures that are very hard to penetrate the armour of. That's that. Right. Next. I've made a little bit of progress on my Cacodemons. These guys are just about ready to have their undercoat and get painted up, so hopefully I'll start doing that later today after I finish this video. This is the one that's pretty much stock. How it came, I've just added it to a War Machine type base and used a bit of filler to fill the gap. And this one has been converted to have its jaw closed, and I've made a base with a bit of filler and a few stones to sort of roughly match the stalagmite base that came on. But without the stalagmite, I've used an old Citadel flight base stand there to have him levitating at appropriate heights. Bit of green stuff, bit of milliput. Had a hell of a time trying to match that sort of bobbly texture on the join there. Quite pleased with these guys so far. Looking forward to showing you those fully painted in a future video. And finally, here's a new player character miniature for a new player who will be joining us, well, I guess when I'm able to run a game again. Might try running a game over Skype, we'll see what happens. This is an elf sword mage from Reaper, the original name of which I will divulge on the screen there somewhere. And yeah, quite pleased with this. I did a little bit of green stuff work on him. Added dreadlocks, which I sculpted over the original hair because I didn't like the original hair sculpt. And he kind of reminds me of Maxim Reality from The Prodigy. Also did a bit of green stuff work on the base there to extend the detail of the integral base out over the plastic base I stuck him on. Yeah, quite nice. Painted him up in sort of high elf-ish colours, and this guy is going to be a grey elf or a shadow elf in my campaign. And yeah, quite pleased with the paint job on this. Not sure how good it's going to look in the lighting I've got at the moment, but yeah, actually it looks alright through the camera, so I'm going to assume it's come out okay on video. Not really much to say about this. Dreadlocks are way easier to sculpt than hair in green stuff, so there's a tip for you. Yeah, it's gonna sort of keeps drifting in and out of focus. Anyway, yeah, that's about it for this vlog. Remain indoors, and I need a goodbye catchphrase.
Well, that got fucking dark.